Hey everyone, welcome to your practice for today. My name is Ben. Thanks for coming to check out my channel and taking some time out of your day to take care of yourself through yoga. Today I have a 30-minute gentle Vinyasa style yoga that is definitely beginner friendly. We won't do any crazy complicated transitions or anything like that. Just really foundational poses, moving slowly, focusing on proper alignment in the breath. So yeah, great class if you are newer to yoga, but also even if you're a little more experienced, like personally I like to do more foundational, simple practices on my own. So great for any level, but definitely if you're a beginner, this will be a really good class for you. You can come to a comfortable seat. So it either looks like this, heroes sitting on the shins, or cross-legged. Either one works for this first sequence. Really reach through the left fingertips, and then keep that reach through the fingertips as you take a side bend over towards your right. A few breaths here, trying to root down through your left hip. Breathing right into the space in between each of the ribs. One more breath like that. Use your inhale to come back through center. Bring your right hand to your left knee, left fingertips behind you. On your inhale, press the mat away with your fingertips. On your exhale, start to deepen the twist any amount. You might just go a tiny bit in this twist. You might gaze past the left shoulder. Just listen to your low back. It'll tell you how far it wants to go. And after your next full breath, unrushed, face forward. Left hand off to the side, right arm up. Take that same side bend. Your right bicep is over your ear. Ever so slightly spiral the ribcage open. And take 3 deep breaths into the side body. And come back through center. This time left hand, right knee, right fingertips behind. You can also be on the palm. Use your inhale to find length in your spine. And on your exhale, deepen the twist. And take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Same thing on the breath, so inhale to lift, exhale to twist. After that full breath, come back to face forward. Bring your right arm up high and to the left side of your head. And then gently pull the right ear towards the right shoulder. Doesn't take much here. See if you can soften the jaw as you take a couple deep breaths into the neck. Release that. Left arm up. And this time left ear, left shoulder. Try to relax the opposite hand, the right hand, wherever it's resting. So the stretch is concentrated right into the side of the neck. One more breath. Great. Release, come back through center. And make your way to all fours, a tabletop position. So when you're in tabletop, you want to look down at your hands and see that the wrists are underneath the shoulders. And the hips are over the knees roughly, doesn't have to be exact. Take a full breath here, just feel your body. And on your next inhale, dip your low belly, arch your back, and look up. As you exhale, press the mat away from you, so you start to round your back and separate your shoulder blades. Inhale, dip the low belly, pull your shoulder blades together. Exhale, press the mat down so you feel the skin on your back stretch out for cat. And let's come back through cow and take a couple breaths there just so we can get the alignment. So it's a back bend. Your torso is going towards the mat, shoulder blades together, bum up high. One more inhale in cow. And your exhale, you start to round the back, tuck the chin towards your navel, 2 breaths in cat. So really pressing the mat away from you, feeling the shoulder blades separate. And come back through a neutral tabletop. Bring your left hand to the center of your mat. Keep your right arm up high. Maybe look at the fingertips if it works for your neck. And then thread the needle. So right arm comes down. You might come to the forearm, the shoulder, perhaps even the ear. Any one of those is fine. And walk the left hand forward and allow the weight of your upper body to create the benefit of this stretch. So allow the chest to sink right into the front of that right shoulder. Sneak the left hand back in towards your face. Press it down. Right arm comes up on an inhale. Soft exhale brings it back down. You're in tabletop. Moving with your breath. Inhale, left arm high this time. Exhale, swim that arm underneath your chest. And come down to wherever is good for your body. Right hand forward. Breath is the most important thing in a yoga practice, an asana practice. So really get in tune with it here for the next few breaths. See if you can feel your low back rise and soften on your inhales and exhales. And notice the effects that those deep breaths have on the stretch in your left shoulder. Right hand back in towards your face. Press it down to help yourself up, left arm high on your breath in. And exhale back into tabletop. Walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat. Curl your toes under. You can stay here if you'd like on the shins, or you can lift the thighs up to come into plank pose. We're just going to break down chaturanga here, so you can do that from the knees or from plank. So from whatever variation you're in, really press the mat down with the hands, squeeze the inner thighs together. If you're in plank, press the heels back. And then spin your biceps and elbows towards the front of your room. And actually everyone drop the knees down. Focus on hugging the elbows into the ribs as you lower down all the way to your abdomen. Lift to the tops of your feet. Press them down. Lift your chest, but not your head. This is cobra pose. A little baby back bend to start here. You don't have to go super high. Try to keep the elbows in, the shoulders soft away from the ears. Good, and then go ahead and curl the toes under. Press through all fours. And press your hips up into downward facing dog. Take a little pedal of the feet, but still trying to move slowly. So bend one knee, press the opposite heel towards the mat. And then come through a neutral down dog, so hands are towards the top of your mat, fingers spread out wide. If you create the action of pressing the mat forward with the hands, you'll feel the shoulders and upper back get a little bit stronger, a little more effort. And then focus on pressing your hips up and back. Same thing with the thighs and shins, they press towards the back of your space. And then let the head drop and take 2 deep breaths. After that second breath, rock forward to plank. Either drop the knees or stay in plank pose. Inhale here. On your exhale, try to keep a flat back as you lower down all the way to your abdomen. The inhale brings you through your back bend, so it's just a little lift of the heart here. Elbows in, shoulders down, gaze down at the long edge of your mat, front edge of your mat, I should say. Take a breath. And through all fours or a reverse push-up, find your way back to down dog, please. One footprint at a time, no rush. Step your way to the top of your mat with your feet hip width apart. Nice deep bend in the knees here, melt the chest towards the thighs for a standing forward fold. Might take a little rock from side to side or back and forth here if movement feels good for you. Or it might feel better to just pause in the standing forward fold. Either one's totally fine. Maybe grab opposite elbows. Remember to breathe. Good, and then go ahead and slide the hands up the shins. Try to find a flat back here, so you want your chest pressing forward, shoulder blades together, just like that cow pose we did. And you could also be down on the fingertips here. You see when I come down on the fingertips, my back is not flat anymore. So if that's the case for you as well, you want to be up a little higher. 2 deep breaths here. And then exhale to fold, let your head drop. Inhale, bend your knees, glide the arms up overhead, look up. Oh, right into the sun. Exhale, hands to heart center. Have to go to the other side of the mat. So feet hip width apart. We'll move through some sun salutations. So totally unrushed. Just try to move with your breath. I'm going over here. Feet hip width apart. On your next inhale, press the feet down, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, lead with the chest to fold forward. Inhale, find that halfway lift and a flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step 1 foot back, other foot back. Take 2 breaths here, either in plank, pressing the heels back, or with the knees down, either one's fine. On your next exhale, spin the biceps towards the front of your room, and lower down all the way to your abdomen. Inhale, press the tops of the feet down to engage the glutes. Lift the heart, not the head. Exhale brings you back down. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog, your way. Maybe take a little sway of the hips from side to side. In your down dog, you might shake the head yes or no. And then either step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on your breath in. Soften and fold on your breath out. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. There might be a little back bend at the top. And hands to heart center. One more sun salutation, just like that. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look between your hands. Unrush movement, exhale, lead with your chest, fold forward. Inhale, find a flat back. Exhale, palms down, step back to your plank. Inhale here, press the mat away. Exhale, elbows as close to the ribs as you can, lower down to your belly. Inhale, elbows stay in as you find the lift of your chest, little back bend. Exhale, back into down dog. Three breaths here. Again, feeling like you're pressing the mat forward with the hands. Bring your attention to the muscles of your face. See if you can soften them. Let the head drop. Keep the gaze relaxed. Good, and then from down dog, step your right foot forward. Stay high on the ball of your back foot. See that your front knee is over your front ankle. And lift to come up into crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle. Reaching all the way through your ring fingers with the biceps by the ears. And you're high on the ball of the back foot. Three steady breaths here. Gaze is soft out in front of you. Good, then for this next pose, two options. You can bring the hands to heart center and hook the left elbow over the right thigh. That's option one. Option two, which I prefer personally, bring both hands down to frame your right foot. So your left hand could be on the mat, or if you have a block at home and it's helpful for you to have a little more height, block or book or something, the left hand could be there. Keep your right arm up, try to stay high on the ball of that back foot. Breathe into that right outer hip. Reach the crown of the head forwards. One more inhale. You might look at the fingertips, check in with your neck, that's okay. And the exhale brings the right hand down. And back to downward facing dog. You could also add a vinyasa there if you'd like. And then left foot forward. Knee over ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Come back through crescent. So if your mat was like a 2-lane highway, you want the left foot in one lane, right foot in the other. So they're not like lined up with each other. You give yourself a little space. I feel like the lift here is from the bottom ribs all the way through your ring fingers, instead of feeling like you're tightening the shoulders. If you can find that reach through the fingers and relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Rooting down from the waist down, lifting up from the waist up. 2 more breaths. Then either variation of that twist to open up the outer hip. Either right elbow to left knee, or right hand down, left arm high. Great. Left hand back down. Step back, either straight to down dog or add your vinyasa. And once you do come back to down dog, unrushed getting there, drop your knees, widen them, big toes touch, and sink your hips back just as far as they'll go for child's pose. A few breaths here, let the spine reset. Maybe deepen the breathing a bit. After your next full breath, come up and then down onto your abdomen. So Sphinx pose, elbows underneath the shoulders, roughly, fingers spread out wide. So if this is enough of a back bend for you here, just pressing the mat down with the forearms and palms, that's great, stay. If you'd like a little bit more, you can create the action of dragging the heels of the hands towards the elbows. They won't actually go anywhere. And the elbows towards the hips. Make sure your neck is long by having your gaze at the front edge of your mat. Also press the feet down to engage the thighs. Three breaths in Sphinx pose. And then lower down. Take an ear to the mat. Bring your attention to any sensations in the body here, maybe the breath. Good, and then go ahead and press yourself up. Roll off to either hip. Bring the soles of your feet together. Actually, let's do this one from reclined. Go ahead and come down onto your back. We'll do that one in a bit, but first, happy baby. Soles of the feet up towards the sky. So for happy baby, you could hold on to the shins, ankles, or outer edges of the feet. Just play with which one is going to work best for you. There's no right answer. We want to create the action of pulling the feet down, feet towards knees, knees towards earth. There might be a little rock from side to side to massage your low back. And then go ahead and release the feet. And now we'll take that bound angle pose, reclined bound angle. Soles of the feet together. So if the knees are up high, don't worry about it. It's all good. You can either find a couple props at home to support the underneath the outer thighs, or you can just wedge your fists under there. That can be a nice little self-assist. And as we slow down here, as the body starts to slow down, see if you can let that translate to the breath and or the mind. A few more breaths into the inner seam of the legs. Upper back is soft. After your next full breath, extend the legs out long. One more pose. Bring your feet over to the right side of your mat. Try to keep the hips centered. You can stay with the feet next to each other or cross the left ankle over the right. And then do the same thing with your upper back. Wiggle it towards the right side of your mat. Reach over your head. Catch onto the left wrist with the right hand. And create a gentle pulling action to get into the side body. And bring the feet back towards the center of the mat. And over towards the left side this time, same option to cross the right ankle over the left. Reach the arms up, find the right wrist with the left hand. And it doesn't take too much, just a really gentle pull here. Don't want to feel like you're squeezing the wrist or exerting too much effort. Then release that side bend. Bring your body back to the middle of the mat. Let your hands rest down beside your hips. Let the pinky edges of the feet splay out. And we'll take 2 quiet minutes in Shavasana. Just letting the effects of the practice circulate here by letting the body be still. And slowly start to blink your eyes open if they're closed. Maybe rock the head side to side. Wiggle the fingers, toes. And take a full body stretch just like you're just waking up first thing in the morning. However you'd like to get there. Find your way back to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me and for taking care of your body and mind through the practice of yoga. If you enjoyed the class, please be sure to press the like button and make sure you're subscribed. It definitely is a big help to me. Thank you so much. Namaste. Have a great rest of your day and hope to see you next time.